Welcome to EuRA 2015 and welcome to the divine city of Porto. What a city of historic and cultural significance, quite outstanding. A city indeed which is an international World Heritage Centre. Aren't we lucky to be here? And how apposite that we're here in a city such as Porto, because think about Porto, think about this city. This is a city which is well known for its cultural references, its historic references. This is a city which is a port. Think what a port means. A port where innovative, creative, forward-looking, outward-looking, entrepreneurial people built boats so that voyagers could travel all over the world and created a whole nation of international travelers, of global nomads, EuRA people. Now, this family of EuRA gets bigger every year. I'm almost frightened to see how we're expanding. I think we have over 600 people, Tad tells me, here this year. And many of you, you're beginning to feel like my own family. But there are new people here, so I'd like the new people to EuRA. If this is your first EuRA conference, please stand up. You are so lucky. You're in for such a rare treat. We are, quite unashamedly in this conference, looking forward to the future. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about EuRA by disaggregating the elements of future. Because the F for future is for family. This is one big family with all its fun, with all its friendships, with all its good fellowships. You come to this conference, you realize when you get back home, you never have to reinvent the wheel. You will make contacts here. You will create networks here. You will have friends forever from this conference who are going to help you in your work when you get back. F. U for universality. What an organization. People from every corner of the earth at this conference. And that is power when you get home from this conference, knowing that you can pick up the phone, send an email, send a letter, and you will know that somebody will respond. You have a network here that is worth gold. F-U-T. T is for trust. Everyone in this room is a professional. Everyone here is authentic. Everyone here does his or her best for their colleagues. You can trust people who are EuRA people. And that's the kind of stamp, that's the kind of hallmark that clients under pressure, under stress, in the relocation industry, people usually are under stress and under pressure. That's the kind of trust people want to have. F-U-T-U. U is for understanding. When I first came to EuRA, I was quite astonished at the number of people who'd come from the caring professions who are in the relocation industry. Nurses, teachers, carers. And that, I think, is your hallmark in this industry. The fact that you understand other people, you care about other people, you want them to succeed, and you will bend over backwards to make sure that that happens. That is why you are an understanding, caring profession. That is really the hallmark of your business. F-U-T-U-R. R is for reliability, total professionalism, and also for recognition. And I think this is the point where I think a round of applause is in order. There are many people involved in this, but in the European Academy, everything that's done there, everything that's done for the Quality Seal, everything that ensures that you, as the relocation professionals that you are, get the recognition you deserve as a discrete industry. So everybody, and I'm not mentioning Dom or anybody in particular, but everybody who helps to make sure that happens, I think, deserves a round of applause. And the E, F-U-T-U-R-E. E is for energy, it's for enthusiasm, it's for emotional intelligence, that enthusiasm that people in this industry have. The enthusiasm, the passion for the services they deliver and the people whom they look after. And it's without that enthusiasm that you get that mediocrity, which is the kind of thing none of us wants to be involved in. We are looking to the future. This is EuRA. This is the family which you newcomers have joined, and really this is the best move you will ever make in your lives. We speak of the future. But of course, as the French say, il faut reculer pour mieux sauter. We have to go back in order to look forward. And who better to look back over the past year than our sainted CEO and President, Tad and Patrick.
Okay. I don't know which of us is sainted.
No, I'm not sure at all.
Take those away there.
So, do you want to go ahead?
No, you go.
No, you go.
It's up to you. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this year's conference. It's fantastic to see you all, and I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful time. Patrick.
Thank you.
Yes.
Hands up who downloaded the EuRA app. Oh, that's pretty impressive, Tad.
At least about that.
Yeah.
What do you reckon?
Well done.
That's at least €500 worth.
And anybody who hasn't done it yet can download the app with my son, Douglas, or our previous president's son, Christian, or the incoming president's son, or no, daughter, Laura. We've all the children involved. So please do download the app, because every time the app is downloaded, EuRA will subscribe €5 to the charity chosen this year, which is Chris Casser. Was that good Portuguese? Yeah? No. Okay. Anyway, for those of you who don't know, it's an orphanage. And that's our selected charity this year. So do please support it through downloading the app for your own convenience.
Okay, we move on to board changes within the association this year. We are very sad that in June we will lose Patrick Oman, Sabine Beerlocker and Isabel Reich. Could I ask Sabine and Isabel just to stand up? Thank you.
And my special thanks go to Sabine. Sabine has been a brilliant vice president, so thank you very much, Sabine.
Of course, after 6 years under the Constitution, they have to resign and have to leave the board, and they will be replaced with 3 others. So I'd like to introduce you to Elizabeth Sommer, Susanna Bourne, and Michelle Bramscroft.
Actually, you can stay standing, and I'll stay standing too. So stay standing, and I'll get the rest of our board to stand up, if you wouldn't mind, and be recognised. Anita Meyer, who's going to be our next president, and well, let's save the applause until the end. Anita Meyer, Sabine, we've already recognised. Klaus Kramers, there you are, Klaus. Andrew Scott, who's newly on the board. Stuart McAllister, another recent recruit to the board. Christine Martin. Elizabeth Sommer, you've already met. Sylvie Schmidt-Verbruggen. Are you standing up? Yeah, she's standing up. Susanna Bourne on her way in. Michelle Bramscroft also on her way in. And Isabel Rice, who's on her way out. So a round of applause. Now, the EuRA membership, which is all of you, and thank you all very much for being here. It's increasing. You'll be pleased to see. Did we have a slide somewhere? There it is, yeah. You'll see that although we've come to 475 last year, which was a massive increase on the previous year, and it looks as if we kind of stopped in our tracks at 475. That's only big because there have been some mergers and acquisitions, and while we've gained some and lost some, we've stayed fairly static. So, but we are at 475. We are growing, and it's only the beginning of the year. So, by the end of this year, we're expecting a good few more, particularly from beyond Europe. The worldwide membership is growing, and that's a good thing to see because it brings new people, new ideas. So thank you all for joining, those of you who recently joined.
Now, the next slide shows members in terms of type of member. On one side, you can see the various, the associate, the full, the worldwide, and the affiliate members. But the smaller circle actually shows the full members, but actually shows the percentage of full members who have already achieved the EuRA Global Quality Seal.
So now, we had our annual review of the EuRA Quality Seal, the EuRA Global Quality Seal, last year, and the voice of the customer was represented, as usual, by a relocation management company. This time it was Sterling. Thank you very much, Sterling, for releasing Beata to be on our committee. We were also advised by Gordon Kerr. Thank you very much, Gordon. I saw him at the back there earlier on, who gave us some legal input. We have 56 EGQS certified members in over 29 countries, which is pretty good. We've 32 members awaiting certification, so we'll increase quite significantly by next year. And those of you who would like more details, and a good few people have asked me already in the past couple of days about the EGQS certification, they should contact Marie in the office before you leave. So please do that, and let's have more members. Thank you.
In addition, both DQS and SGS, the auditing companies, and Martina Charvay, who wrote the standard in the first place, are here at the conference. And if you're interested to speak to somebody now, please, you can find them on the, either in the check-in area or just outside in the corridor. Moving on to training news, just to say that our coaching program with Oxford Brookes University, we're trying to deliver all the programs as quickly as we possibly can. You can see that we've had over 140 people participating, and the various programs are to take place in May, September, next May and next September. And if you're interested, Carmen Neal and Orton Smith, who leads the program, is available to talk to again in the check-in office.
And the EuRA Index, just as EuRA is the only organisation with a standard, the EuRA Global Quality Standard, EuRA also runs the EuRA Index, which measures how our industry is faring out in the wide world. The disappointing bit about that is that out of 280 members, we only have 75 regularly inputting to the survey every month. We do need more support on that. We would like to have it more representative. It's extraordinary who takes note of that. It's really the only bit of PR we can put out sometimes when we're asked what does EuRA do and what does our industry do. We can at least measure it. People like things to be measured, and that index does measure it. So please support it. The RMCs, interestingly, are giving us very good support on the global side of the EuRA index, and that's a recent phenomenon. So thank you very much for that, all of you who are supporting it. I'd also like to thank, while I'm here, Helmut Berg, who invented it. Helmut, stand up and have another round of applause. That's Helmut's first round of applause today. So
that obviously follows the two he had yesterday. Moving on, we actually have a slide which actually shows the progression of the index from when it was first introduced in December 2009. For those of you who don't know what it's about, it's based on 3 questions. The 3 questions are, how is your business this month? What do you think your business is going to be like next month? And what do you think it's going to be like in 6 months' time? And there is a calculation, and it gives us this index. Obviously, the point in December 2009 was at 100% because that was the first time we did it. And going right through, I think as far as March 2015, it shows that although there was a serious dip in early 2010, it has been above or well above 100% for the last 5 years. So it's a fantastic piece of, or fantastic statistic that we're able to use. We can also compare what people thought of the individual questions over the years as well. So thank you very much to those who have participated in this, and may you continue to participate, and may more of you participate in the future. Thank you.
And our dialogue with the RMCs continues. This is a very good initiative, even if I say so myself. I started it. Sometimes I wish I hadn't. But we had 2 meetings last year, both very productive. The meetings we have between a group from, including myself and Tad and some of the board, the meetings we have with the RMCs help us to put the content into the next conference, because we have to address what's happening in our business, and they help us with that. They also help us with what they need, which has produced the Turning Point professional indemnity insurance, which we brought as a product to all of you and which has been very well taken up. Those of you who haven't taken it up can meet what's his name? Paul Coleman out at the exhibition during this conference. The hot topics last year, of course, were compliance, compliance, and compliance. We're hoping for something different now going forward. But and at the last meeting that we had, it was agreed that we would restructure the way we do the forum, which occurs tomorrow, and we're going to have 3 of the RMCs on our panel, also 3 of our leading DSPs, and we've got quite a lot of people turning up. So it'll be standing room only if you're not there for 1:30 tomorrow. And please have something interesting to say, because I'll be asking you all to speak. Anybody who catches my eye will be asked to account for themselves. So let's make it an interesting debate, as it usually is, and gives everybody a chance to say what they want to say.
The future. We actually want to utilise Helmut's professional services more in the future to help us do more research. We want to see the return of the EuRA so that we can produce more interesting things to give to members. And we are looking at a cross-cultural assimilation project. We want to increase the development for distance learning with the MIM by developing an asynchronous platform and a CPD program. We would like to tell everyone that we are absolutely adamant that we want to keep membership fees and conference fees at current levels, and to assure you that any profits that we make are ploughed back into projects for members, and ensure the future of the association. Many of you will remember that we cancelled a conference as a result of the volcano, which appeared in one of the pictures earlier, and we want to ensure that in future we have a contingency if that sort of situation were to arise again. The next RMC DSP forum will be in London in the autumn. And another important issue, or another important thing we're going to do over the summer, is to upgrade the website and, of course, produce next year's app for next year's conference, which, of course, you'll all download prior to the conference because you all know about it now. And we are going to work with Tone to further develop the professional indemnity policies. We would now like to move on to thanking our sponsors.
And it falls to me to thank our conference sponsor yet again for another year, Court. Thank you very much, Ken Barron.
And now we move on to our, may I suggest, please, that you don't all clap every single time we say some names, otherwise we'll be here for 4 hours. And we'd like to thank our gold sponsors. Firstly, I'd like to thank Cartus and Grable.
And Oris, Relocation, and Brookfield.
Ayres and Brilliant Relocation Centre,
and Sterling and Palladium.
and finally the MI Group and In Touch Relocations.
The gala dinner sponsor, which I'd like to thank, is Dwellworks. Thank you very much, Dwellworks, for sponsoring the gala dinner.
And I would like to thank the party night sponsors, Wycott and Nordic Relocation. And the event sponsors, logistic sponsors, Team Relocation, City Shuttle sponsor, Moving On, training sponsor, Oxford Brookes University, the meeting point sponsor, Turning Point, the welcome reception sponsor, Relocate, and finally the bag sponsor, Dwellworks.
And the silver sponsors are Oakwood, Tira, Xerox.
And the bronze sponsors are APP Mobility, International School of London, Active Relocation, Professional Relo, Relo Tracker, and Global LT.
And the gift sponsors, thank you very much to Formula Group, Elizabeth Summer, Maputo, Relocation, Nova, Global International Relocation, MAP, and Palladium again.
And finally, I'd like to thank the exhibition sponsors, or exhibitors, I beg your pardon, Court Global Network, the EuRA app, the apartment service, furniture leasing, In Touch Relocations, DQS, Intermark Relocation Services Russia, the Ascot Limited, Tira, Turn Financial Group, the EuRA Global Quality Seal, nothing like thanking ourselves, Lloyds Bank, SGS, Palladium, the EARP, European Academy of Relocation Professionals, and finally, Air Animal Pet Movers. Thank you very much indeed, and please applaud now.
And you know, that applause is very well deserved, because just putting it into perspective, it's the money subscribed by our sponsors which enables us to keep the fee for the delegates at the low rate that it is and the very good value that it is. So thanks again to our sponsors. We really appreciate it. Thank you. Now, another thank you goes to all of you, because all of you have been very supportive of EuRA's charities down through the past few years. How many years have we had this initiative going? 5?
Oh, no, longer than that, nearly 10.
Nearly 10, there you are. I've only been subscribing for 5 myself. To date, we've subscribed 46,392.59. I read that down there, which is an average of 5,000 a year. But last year, we subscribed over 10,000 for the charity in Edinburgh. The Scots are famous for tight-fistedness, but I think we showed them a thing or two when we were in Edinburgh last year, and we had a fantastic subscription for our charity. This year we're hoping to do even better for the boys' orphanage and get enough money to buy them a bus.
I'll come to that. I just wanted to say that in the past we have supported Médecins Sans Frontières, if you remember, Hospices of Hope in Bucharest, and last year it was Fresh Start. I recently received a big thank you from them. They were so completely overwhelmed by the support they got last year, and they wanted me to thank everybody who contributed. So thank you very much, and well done everybody last year. We've also launched this year, to sort of recognise our charitable status, the EuRA Foundation, and this year's charity, I'm going to try and get this right, sorry.
I had it phonetically at the beginning here.
I know you did. And our target is to raise at least 10,000 euros. And how can you help do this? Well, first of all, download the app. Every single time it's downloaded, we'll donate €5, so you don't have to do anything, you just download the app. The second thing that we are doing this year, or in fact the second and the third thing, as in previous years, we've got a silent auction. The silent auction is to be found in the check-in, right by the check-in desk. There are a number of different things, including stays in Brussels, in possibly even New York and Paris and wherever, all over the place, as well as a number of opportunities to buy your place at other conferences, including the CERC in Canada, the WRC in America, the ARP in London. So we've got lots of things there. There's also the opportunity to buy a couple of nights at a hotel in next year's location, which of course is, I'm not going to say, right?
Yeah. I'm doing a live auction during the gala dinner tomorrow, so bring money.
I was going to come to the live auction. The live auction includes a number of fantastic things that you can buy, including this year's EuRA T-shirt, which looks like some sort of you look like some sort of groupie who follows some pop.
Bidding will open at €100.
So at this point, I have to tell you that what we're aiming to do is raise money to buy a replacement for this. They sent me loads of photographs. Everything is broken. It needs to be replaced, and we would very much like to be able to give them a whole chunk of money and help them buy it. And I'd now like to welcome Andre with his translator, Isabel, to come and say a few words in Portuguese.
Boa tarde, sou o André, vivo temporariamente na Casa do Val, uma casa de acolhimento para rapazes dos 12 aos 21 anos de idade, que pertence à Crescer, que é uma associação portuguesa para o direito dos menores e da família. Como poderão ver pelo flyer que vos foi entregue, a Crescer tem 7 casas de acolhimento em todo o país e acolhe cerca de 100 crianças e jovens.
Good afternoon, this is Andrew. He lives temporarily in Casa do Val. It's a shelter home for boys from 12 to 21 years old. Casa do Val belongs to Crescer Ser, which was the difficult one, which is the Portuguese Association for the Rights of Children and the Families. As you can see through the flyer that was on your chairs delivered, they have 7 shelter homes in Portugal and host about 100 children and young people.
2 das casas da Crescer estão na cidade do Porto, a Casa de Sudofeita e a Casa do Val. Na Casa do Val vamos à escola ou frequentamos uma formação de forma a preparar-nos para o futuro. Para além disso, praticamos desportos ou outras atividades que correspondam ao nosso interesse.
2 of these 7 shelter homes are actually in Porto. They're called Casa de Sudofeita and Casa do Val, which is where André lives. In Casa do Val, we go to school or training centers in order to prepare for the future. In addition, we practice sports and other activities that correspond to our main interests.
Nos tempos livres fazemos passeios, jogamos futebol, visitamos exposições, vamos ao teatro, cinema, concertos, etc. Sobretudo tentamos que o tempo em que estamos na Casa do Val seja aproveitado para crescermos de forma saudável e equilibrada.
During our leisure times after school, we travel, we play football, we visit exhibitions, we go to movies, to theaters, to concerts, hence the need for the bus. He didn't say it, but above all, we try to make time for it in Casa do Val as useful as possible in order to grow in a healthy and balanced environment.
Neste momento, uma das nossas maiores necessidades é uma carrinha. A nossa está muito velha, mesmo muito. Seria importante termos uma carrinha que nos permitisse não só gerir as necessidades do dia a dia, mas também fazermos passeios mais longos sem medo de ficar pelo caminho.
At this time, when our greatest need is indeed a van, it's really, really old. It would be very important to have a van that would allow us not only to manage the needs of everyday life, but also to allow us for longer rides without the fear of failing during it. So staying on the way, which has apparently happened in the past. So they didn't make it to the final destination.
Estamos muito gratos à EuRA e, sobretudo, ao TED e à sua equipa por terem reunido tantos esforços para nos ajudar. Muito obrigado, TED. Também queremos agradecer muito ao Hotel Sheraton, que deu início a todo este processo. Muito obrigado a todos pela vossa atenção e, em nome dos adultos, das crianças e dos jovens da Crescer, desejamos que se estejam a sentir bem na nossa cidade do Porto. Bom trabalho e fiquem bem.
We're very grateful to EuRA and especially to Tad and his team who have brought together so many efforts to help us. Thank you, Tad, as well as to the Sheraton Hotel who also assisted, and I will add that they have a booth just outside where you can buy some notebooks for €5, so that's €5 on top of the app, and they're really nice. Well, you'll see them just outside. Thank you, Tad. Thank you all for your attention, and on behalf of the children, youth and adults of Crescer, we want you to feel welcome in our city, and we wish you have a nice work carried out successfully during your conference. I was also asked to add that if anybody is interested, you can also visit Casa do Val, and you just have to go to the booth where you'll see the notebooks and ask for an appointment if you were interested in visiting the orphanage. And you'll have
Thank you very much.
There you go.